Have you ever felt the shock of seeing Jesus heal someone and be accused of witchcraft? In Mark 3, he faces furious Pharisees after healing a withered hand on the Sabbath, revealing a power that will make you question everything about obedience and authority. The leader's plot is death, but Jesus continues healing crowds. What does this say about our faith? Let's dive into this story to uncover the urgency of following his example now. Imagine a packed synagogue, with Pharisees watching Jesus' every move. A man with a withered hand extends his arm, and Jesus asks, "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath?" The tension is palpable. Have you ever questioned religious rules? This scene is a warning. The time to choose compassion over tradition is short, and Jesus prioritizes life. Jesus commands, "Stretch out your hand." The man obeys, and the hand is restored. Pharisees leave plotting with Herodians. This confronts us with authority. Jesus is Lord of the Sabbath. How often do we prioritize laws over love? Mark 3 calls us to act with urgency now. Crowds come from all sides pressing Jesus. He heals so many that the unclean scream his name. This fame generates curiosity. Are we seeking healing or staying distant? The scarcity of opportunities challenges us to approach now. Jesus goes up the mountain, calls whom he wants, and chooses 12 apostles. They receive power to preach and cast out demons. This selection creates fear. Are we ready for the call or hiding? Mark 3 reveals that the call is for all, but demands immediate response. Let's share a real story. I met a man named Peter who doubted his call until reading Mark 3. The choice of apostles inspired him to preach, transforming lives. Are you responding or delaying? The urgency of Mark 3 alerts us to accept now. Arise, accused Jesus of casting out demons by Beelzebub. He rebukes. A divided kingdom falls. This defense generates hope. Satan cannot against himself. Are we discerning good or confusing with evil? The authority of Mark 3 demands clarity urgently. Jesus explains, "Whoever blasphemes against the Holy Spirit never has forgiveness." This warning creates fear. Are we resisting the Spirit or welcoming? The scarcity of forgiveness challenges us not to harden our hearts now. His family comes to get him, thinking he's mad. Jesus asks, "Who is my mother and brothers?" This makes us reflect. True family obeys God. Are we prioritizing spiritual ties or carnal? Mark 3 urges us to choose God's family now. Before we move on, let me ask, are these challenges stirring something in you? Are they making you rethink your faith? Shall we go to the next part? Let me know. All right, let's dig deeper. Mark 3 is a tale of power and conflict. Jesus heals on the Sabbath, enraging Pharisees. How often do we question his timing? This passage calls us to trust his authority with urgency now. Back to the healing. Jesus sees the man and asks about the Sabbath. Pharisees are silent, and he heals. This creates curiosity. Are we silent in the face of injustice or acting? Mark 3 urges us to choose compassion immediately. Crowds follow Jesus, coming from afar. He heals and commands silence to demons. This crowd generates fear. Are we among the healed or spectators? The authority of Mark 3 demands active seeking now. Jesus chooses the 12 on the mountain, including Judas. This choice touches us. Even traitors are called. Are we accepting our call or resisting? The scarcity of apostles challenges us to accept the urgent call. Arise, accuse, he is Beelzebub. Jesus uses parables to refute. A divided kingdom falls. This wisdom creates hope. Truth prevails. Are we defending Jesus or slandering? Mark 3 alerts us to discern now. Think of a united kingdom. Jesus says blasphemy against the Spirit is unforgivable. This warning generates fear. Are we blaspheming or honoring? The urgency of Mark 3 calls us not to blaspheme immediately. Another real story. I met a woman named Clara who accused miracles of false until reading Mark 3. Jesus' defense changed her and she started witnessing. Are you witnessing or doubting? The curiosity of Mark 3 motivates us to believe now. His family arrives, he is out of his mind. Jesus redefines family. Those who do God's will, this confronts us. Are we in the spiritual family or out? The scarcity of time urges us to obey now. Jesus teaches in a house, surrounded by crowds. His dedication generates inspiration. Are we dedicated or distracted? Mark 3 calls us to prioritize the kingdom with urgency. Before we head to the third part, let me ask, is this message hitting home? Want me to keep exploring Mark 3? Let me know. Now, let's get to the heart of Mark 3. But first, if you're enjoying this reflection, join us. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to stay updated with messages like this. Let's grow in faith together. Ready for more? Here we go. The accusation of Beelzebub is absurd. Jesus rebukes with logic. Satan can't divide his kingdom. This confronts us. Are we accusing good of evil or discerning? Mark 3 creates urgency to defend truth now. Back to the family. They seek him, but Jesus points to those hearing him. Here is my family. This redefinition generates hope. Family is obedience. Are we obeying or prioritizing earthly ties? The authority of Mark 3 demands immediate choice. Sabbath healing shows compassion. Jesus ignores rules to save. This makes us reflect. Are we compassionate or legalistic? The scarcity of compassion challenges us to act like him now. Think of a sacred Sabbath. Pharisees plot against Jesus for healing. This hypocrisy generates fear. Are we plotting against good? Mark 3 alerts us not to harden hearts urgently. Another real story? I met a man named Lucas who prioritized rules until reading Mark 3. Jesus' healing freed him. He started helping others. Are you helping or judging? The curiosity of Mark 3 motivates us to heal now. Jesus chooses the 12, including Judas. This choice confronts us, imperfect or called. Are we accepting our call or disqualifying? The urgency of Mark 3 calls us to serve immediately. Crowds press, and Jesus prepares a boat. This precaution generates lesson. Are we prepared for chaos or unprepared? Mark 3 urges us to watch now. Demons recognize him as Son of God, but he silences them. This power creates hope. Jesus controls evil. Are we recognizing his control or ignoring? Mark 3 urges us to proclaim now. PH arise in Herodian's plot. This unlikely alliance makes us reflect. Enemies unite against Jesus. Are we on the right side or against him? Mark 3 creates fear of wrong alliances now. Before we wrap up, let me ask, are these conflicts challenging you? Are they making you rethink your faith? Let's head to the final part, but let me know. Can I continue? We've reached the final part. Let's close this reflection on Mark 3 with a bang. If you're enjoying this, give the video a thumbs up because it helps us spread this powerful message. Here we go. Mark 3 is a call to authentic faith. Jesus heals, chooses, and redefines, challenging hypocrisy. This confronts us. Are we authentic or pretending? The urgency is to live faith now. Back to the healing. Jesus prioritizes life over law, enraging Pharisees. This priority generates hope. Are we prioritizing people or rules? Mark 3 motivates us to compassion immediately. The choice of apostles shows inclusion. Jesus calls imperfect for mission. This makes us reflect. Are we accepting our call or disqualifying? The scarcity of missionaries challenges us to respond now. Think of true family. Jesus points to God's obedient. This definition creates curiosity. Are we in God's family or out? Mark 3 urges us to obey immediately. Another real story. I met a woman named Anna who redefined family after reading Mark 3. Jesus' view united her two spiritual brothers. Are you uniting or separating? The curiosity of Mark 3 motivates us to include now. Accusations of Beelzebub are refuted. Jesus uses irrefutable logic. This defense generates fear. Are we accusing wrong or discerning? The authority of Mark 3 demands clarity urgently. Blasphemy against the Spirit is unforgivable. Its warning touches us. Are we honoring the Spirit or resisting? The urgency of Mark 3 alerts us not to blaspheme now. Crowds seek healing, and Jesus continues. This persistence inspires us. Are we persisting in mission or discouraging? Mark 3 calls us to heal with urgency. Demons recognize him, but he silences them. This control creates hope. Jesus dominates evil. Are we recognizing his dominance or ignoring? Mark 3 urges us to proclaim now. Finally, Mark 3 transforms. Accept healing. The call True family. The kingdom challenges. Are you ready? I want to end with a request. Drop a comment below sharing what Mark 3 stirred in you. How did these miracles challenge you? Let's build this faith community together. See you next time, and may God bless you.